What's up, world? This is Amar Hosea. We're real. Uh, I had did a video in a minute concerning my accepting this reality, the fact that I really did swallow a scroll. But that's not for. I'm not saying these things as a boast because I didn't do nothing except submit for an Arabic Muslim. And so now, when I've come to that realization, there's just things I can't do no more, and I'm not mad about that, but there's things that I just can't accept no more either, and there's things that when I say them, they're not my own words, but was collective of actual events that actually happened, called history, called books of the prophets, called books of the dead, called mathematics, science, universal languages, galactical processes, things like that. And it's like when you get this wisdom and this information, and it's true because you experience this test has been tried and affirmed till this very day, and other men have written about it. And then it's like when you add Kool-Aid to it, meaning different flavors of what people like, be it cars, work, hate, things that are wicked, and they find them beautiful, or things that are beautiful, they find them wicked. That dualistic mind type of training from birth that slavery breeds. We can only but get emotional and characteristic about it, and then call it art. I was thinking about some other things that I was going to say, but that was being selfish. It comes up. That's a practice in itself. I'm not saying I anymore. When we ask for certain gifts of the Spirit, you can't be a coward, male or female, audience, rich or poor audience. I can't put limitations on whom that I say I represent or believe in, because they came before me, so obviously they know more than me. He's the creator of all things. If he created all this, then obviously he has no limits to what more he can create. Because without him giving me the mind to understand what he's creating, then I would never know, I would never respect his possibilities of creating better things. And if he showed me something better, how would I know unless he showed me what it was that was different, that was not in me from when he first created me or you? And so that message is for you Muslims who think there is no other prophets after Muhammad. And then I was thinking about my parents and how I say I know them. Now, when I was in my mama's stomach, no, we'll go back before because I said parents, plural. When I said when I was in my dad's nutsack, i.e. sperm, I didn't know his name. I don't know where he come from. And he knew not of me. But once again, that's that creator thing who knows us both, right? And he knew my mom. And so now this sperm makes it to my mom's planet. And so I'm inside her stomach, swirling around into her dark space and fluids of life. And I don't know her, and she don't know me, but I'm feeling her because there was a feeling from my dad. And then from when she pushed me out her womb or gave me breath by design, she didn't know me and I didn't know her name. And so our relationship was born called a family, my dad, her, and me. That's the dot in time and family. That relationship that our world is that our world should evolve around. But that's another story. So now, when I say, and so 10 years later, my mom knew somebody else and he knew her, and I had a brother. And so she told me his name, and I learned his name. She asked me, she trusted me with him, and I did my part, and I loved him, and he loved me, and then we grew up together, and I became a part of him, he became a part of me. So that's my brother, I know him. And so, and everything I do, and in my nephew, he's been resurrected. And so now, when I talk about my brother Yeshua of Nazareth, called Christ, the Messiah in the actual Hebrew language, whom the Gentiles and the heathens called Jesus. If you know him, then you were going to say anything like you did your own brother or your own sister, or how you found out who your real mother or your real dad was, or when you found out, like on Maury, who's the father. So you have to ask yourself, am I the brother? How can I be the Messiah's brother? How can I be related to him in spirit and in mind and body? And so when you look at the fact that he wore clothing that had tassels on it called pomegranates, that are called Indian apples. On the cross, Eloi Sabatini, tempted, he quoted Deuteronomy, thou shalt not live on bread and water alone, but for every word that proceedeth from the mouth of the Lord. Now, he turned tables up in temples. You know what I mean? History, more deeper history, say he had children called the Holy Grail, the bloodline of the Messiah. I don't want to talk too much about that. You know, and so when you talk about sciences, you know, from the tribe of Judah, you know, the line of Melchizedek ordered a priest, you know, all these churches, or they're called black churches, and spiritual people like the Naphtali brothers, which are called the Native Americans, which is well put. That's cool. Only our brothers too, by blood, not by blessing. God had our own personal blessings. So you have to ask yourself, are you really a Christian? Because if you don't know that Yeshua, that's his name, not Jesus, if you don't know that he spoke Hebrew fluently, if you don't know that he practiced the Sabbath rigorously, and the fact that he was a Nazarene, and he took a vow to devote. That was his willing choice. He took a vow to devote his life to the truth and his priesthood. Thus, I did the same thing. And so it's not an easy task because that's the part of the vow. Till next time, Israel, America, and our allies, true allies, rethink your alliances when it comes to change of thy own self. Sovereignty and integrity starts from within.